On to Scott Adams' Grand Adventure number 6, Strange Odyssey. Odyssey may be an overstatement, but strange is right on point. Like number 5, The Count, Strange Odyssey was written by Scott Adams and released by Adventure International in 1979. In it, the player has to gather 5 treasures, return them to the proper room, and type score. The only major problem is, it does nothing to tell you where that room is until the end of the game. If you've not gathered your treasures in the proper place and performed the proper requisite actions, you may never see where they are supposed to go. This creates a potential for a player growing irritated at the game, possibly even giving it up before they complete it. A poor design feature at best. Another problem I discovered is the presence of a non-intuitive control scheme for a portal system, which may also contribute to unreasonable player frustration. Finally, there is the addition of a limit of turns a player can wander around. Unlike The Count, which used a length of day timer, this game returns to more of an Adventureland style timer. Where Adventureland used a lamp with a limited number of total turns, it could provide light. Strange Odyssey has a spacesuit with a limited air supply. When that air is gone, it is effectively game over. Like the other S.A.G.A games, Strange Odyssey was originally released on a 16K cassette for $14.95, which I have converted to a floppy disk using Offset and NEWDOS 80. And as you can see, we're still using TRS-80 2.3, and a quick dir:1 will give us the command we need to start the game, this time being Odyssey. Want to restore a previously saved game? No. Adventure. Version 8.2, Adventure number 6, version 1.19, copyright Adams, 1979, box 3435 Longwood, Florida, phone 1305-862-6917. This program will allow you to have an adventure without ever leaving your armchair. You will find yourself in a strange new world. You will be able to look at, pick up, and otherwise manipulate the objects you find there. You will also be able to travel from location to location. I will be your puppet in this adventure. You command me with 2-word English sentences. I've over 120-word vocabulary, so if a word doesn't work, try another. Some commands I know. Help, save game, score, inventory, quit. The author has worked over a year on this program and is currently writing many new adventures, so please, don't copy or accept a pirated copy of Adventure. Press Enter. I'm going to call your attention to the fact that it is still using the same interpreter, and therefore we are still seeing the word writing. On the top portion, as we are used to, is the description of the world around us, and on the bottom portion is our interaction with the world. Welcome to Adventure 6, Strange Odyssey by Scott Adams, dedicated to the Novaks. I am in a one-man scout ship. Visible items, control console, closed door. Some obvious exits, down. Tell me what to do. As usual, I am going to work from a pre-prepared exploration that I've already done and just work my way through it again so that we move in an intelligible and logical fashion. To start with, we're going to go down. I am in a storage hold. Visible items, maintenance access hatch, spacesuit, phaser, shovel. Some obvious exits are up. We want to get the suit, then we want to get the shovel, and we want to get the phaser. We are going to go up from here, and as you can see, there's a control console. I'm going to examine the console. Blue button marked blast off and an unmarked red button. We need to push the red button and then go to the door. I am in a small airlock. Visible items, red button by door. Closed outer door, open inner door. Let's wear the suit and then push the red button again. Different red button. Okay, whoosh. We want to go door. I am outside an airlock on a ledge. The ground is 90 meters below. Let's jump. Okay, the gravity here is very weak. I am on a small planetoid. Visible items, scout ship. Obvious exits are north, south, east, and west. Let's go north. I am on a small planetoid. Obvious exits north, south, east, and west. Let's go north again. I am on a small planetoid. Visible items, cave. Obvious exits north, south, east, and west. Let's go to the cave. I am in a large cavern. Visible items, large boulder. Some obvious exits are up. Charge left on my phasers is 28. Phaser is set on stun. Let's set the phaser to stun or to destroy. I'm going to set it to destroy and then shoot the boulder. I fire the phaser I destroyed it. I am in a large cavern, visible items, strange flickering curtain of light, rock dust. Some obvious exits are up. We are going to go to the curtain. I am in a strange hexagonal room. Visible items, strange flickering light, curtain, small piece of plastic flush in the wall, rod jutting straight out of wall, strange looking goggles. We are going to open the suit now. The reason we do that is we want to preserve our air supply. Then while we are here, let's drop the phaser because we do not need it right now. Then we are going to do some playing around with the rod. The basic way that the rod works is to pull on it and then push on it, which causes the plastic panel to glow. And then you manipulate the panel to decide where you are. Not the most intuitive system, as there's 6 possible solutions. This first time, we want the pad to glow 6 times. To do that, we need to pull and push the rod a total of 4 cycles. So let's pull the rod. Odd, it only required very little force to slide out. Push the rod. Odd, it only required very little force to slide in. The plastic glowed briefly 3 times. That is the first cycle. I'm just going to go right through the rest of them. Pull rod. It glowed 4 times. Pull rod. It glowed 5 times. Pull the rod and push the rod. The plastic glowed briefly 6 times. We are now going to touch the plastic. Okay, I feel strangely disoriented for a moment. Still in the same room. Before going anywhere, we are going to close our suit, and then we are going to go through the curtain again. I'm in an alien art museum. Visible items, strange flickering curtain of light, alien sign, rare alien painting, alien sculpture. Both of those are in all caps and marked. They are treasures. The first thing I want to do is read the sign. Okay. Get Adventure 7 Mystery Funhouse from your favorite dealer. Have you gotten your Adventure t-shirt yet? No, I have not. Let's get the painting. Get the sculpture. We can go back to the curtain, but instead I'm going to type enter curtain to show you different words that can be used. We are back in the hexagonal room. I tell it as the hexagonal room that we were in before because my phaser is laying there. I want to open the suit again to preserve air, and then I want to examine the goggles. There's a box on it with a yellow button. Let's wear the goggles. It is too dark to see. Push the yellow button. We are able to see everything in the room again, except everything has a bluish tint. Let's look at the painting. Painting is of an alien twisting a buckle on a belt. We are going to drop the painting, and then we are going to drop the goggles. So as you can see, we have a phaser, a strange flickering curtain of light, a small piece of plastic flush in the wall, a rod jutting straight out of the wall, a rare alien painting, and strange-looking goggles. I am going to tell it to get the belt. I now have a belt. I want to pull the rod, and then push the rod, and it glows 7 times. So let's touch the plastic. Feel strangely disoriented for a moment, and we are once again teleported into the same room. While here, let's wear the belt, drop the shovel, drop the sculpture. Let's check our inventory. Spacesuit, a strange alien belt which I am wearing. I want to twist the buckle now. Okay, it floats. Close the suit. We are again using our suit's air, and we want to go see what happens if we go to the curtain of light. Again, it lets us through. So we can use go light, go curtain, enter light, enter curtain. I am in a deserted Jovian mining colony. Visible items, strange flickering curtain of light, ancient flask of soy and brandy, short twisted piece of metal. Let's get the brandy, and then we are going to go through the curtain again, drop the brandy, go through the curtain again, and then get the metal, and then return through the curtain, where we are going to open our suit. If you are beginning to think this is something like how Pirate Adventure worked, where I was bringing everything to one location in order to work with it, you are absolutely correct. Let's go ahead and drop the metal. We do not need it yet. And then twist the buckle, because we are no longer needing to float. I am going to drop the belt, get the shovel, get the phaser, and so that I do not forget, I want to set the phaser to stun. At this point, to get to the next location, I need to reset the... I do not know what to call this. Is this a portal? Is this a interdimensional machine of some kind? I do not know, but I need to reset it. So I'm going to pull the rod, just like we do normally. But before pushing it back in, we want to touch the plastic. The plastic glowed briefly, push the rod back in, glowed briefly one time. We are going to pull the rod again, push the rod so that it glows twice, touch the plastic again. We feel strangely disoriented, and then we are going to go to the curtain. You may be wondering why I am not going to close the suit this time. It's because where we are going is an Earth-like area, or to use Star Trek terminology, this is a Class M planet. So we do not need to wear the suit, and we need to dig now that we are here. That's what we needed the shovel for. We found an ancient ice pick. Let's get the pick. Probably for ice. I mean, that's what its name tells us, yes? Drop the shovel, because we are not going to use the shovel ever again. Well, maybe in another game, but this shovel is going to stay here. And then we are going to go to the jungle. In a strange jungle, visible items, Centurion slime trees, obvious exits, north, south, east, and west. Let's go east. In the ruins of an intergalactic zoo, visible items, Rigelian deerhound. Obvious exit is south. We have our phaser set for stun. Let's shoot the hound. It is now a stunned deer ice hound. Let's get the hound. And then go south, west, back to the place where we dug the hole, and then go back through the curtain, taking us back to our home base. While still holding on to the hound, we are going to pull the rod, and then push the rod, and then touch the plastic. Notice it glowed 3 times. We feel strangely disoriented, and then it teleports us. This time we want to close the suit, and then go through the curtain. I am in a methane snowstorm. Visible items, strange flickering curtain of light. Obvious exits are north, south, east, and west. Here we need to drop the hound. So now we have the stunned deer ice hound on the floor. Let's wake the hound. Okay, the ice hound burrows off. It burrowed to the west. We are going to go west. It does not tell us that. You learn that through experimentation. I'm in a methane snowstorm. Visible items, large ice mound. Ice. We have an ice pick. So we are going to pick the mound. I am in a hollow ice mound. Visible items, Rigelian deer ice hound, Rigelian ice diamond. Let's shoot the hound again. Fired the phaser. It is stunned. Let's get the diamond. Then set our phaser to destroy, and then shoot the mound. I am in a methane snowstorm. Visible items, strange light far to the north. We destroyed the mound and the icehound burrowed off. We want to go north, which puts us still in the methane snowstorm. Head north again. And there's the strange flickering curtain of light. Let's enter the curtain, back into our home base, and open the suit. We are again using regular air instead of the air in the suit. Here we want to drop the ice pick and start picking things up. Get the painting, get the belt, get the brandy. Then we are going to pull the rod, touch the plastic, because we are resetting it again, and push the rod, and then touch the plastic again. And this takes us back to our starting areas. And that took us back to our starting areas, where we are going to close the suit and go through the curtain, putting us in a large cavern with strange flickering curtain of light and rock dust. Remember, this is where we destroyed the boulder. From here, we are going to go up and then west out of the cave. And our scout ship is just over there, so let's go to the ship. We are now in the small airlock with the red button by the door. There's a closed inner door and open outer door. Let's push the red and then open the suit. Here we are going to drop the brandy, drop the belt, drop the diamond, and drop the painting. Then we close the suit again, push the red. This allows us to go back outside, so we go through the door, jump back down, then go north and north again. And as you see, there's the cave, which has the flickering curtain of light, so we're going to go to the curtain. There is still the alien sculpture here, so we need to get the sculpture and get the metal. And then see where it has the rod jutting straight out of the wall? We need to break the rod and then go back through the curtain. Back up out of there, we are in the cave. We are going to go west and then back to the ship and push the red button. Here we are going to remove the suit because we will not be wearing it anymore. And then go through the door, which puts us back inside the ship. The control console open door with an obvious exit down. We're going to go down. In a storage hold, visible items, maintenance access hatch. Obvious exits are up. Let's open the hatch. You cannot do this if you do not have the metal. Okay, the metal help. I'm in a storage hold, visible items, entrance to a crawlway. Let's go to the crawlway. In a maintenance crawlway, visible items, empty crystal holder, broken pieces of power crystal. Obvious exits are up. Let's put the rod in the holder. It's a tight fit. Broken pieces of power crystal and a broken rod in a power holder. Let's get out of here by going up and then drop the hatch because we are carrying it. Drop the metal. Let's go ahead and drop the suit. Let's head back up out of the storage hold. Remember the control console? There's a blue button marked blast off and a red button that is unmarked. We have an open door, so let's push the red button. Very important to close that door, and then push the blue button. Lift off. After a brief flight, we arrive. Let's push the red again, which will open the door, and then go to the door, which takes us back to the airlock where we dropped everything. Let's get the diamond, get the belt, get the brandy, and get the painting. Then push the red button, and then go through the door. And this takes us to the room where we leave the treasures. In a storage hold of the mothership, visible items, scout ship, sign, leave treasures here, say, score. This is the only way you learn where to drop the treasures, is once you already have everything and you are at the end of the game. It does not tell you where to drop them until now. So let's drop the diamond, and drop the belt, and drop the brandy, and drop the painting, and drop the sculpture. So what we have here is an ancient flask of Saurian brandy, a Regillian ice diamond, strange alien belt, rare alien painting, and alien sculpture, which means we type score. I stored 5 treasures. On a scale of 0 to 100, that rates 100. Fantastic! You solved it all. The adventure is over. Want to try this adventure again? I am going to say no. In comparison to the other 5 S.A.G.A games I've run so far, I would say, without a doubt, this one is second only to Adventureland. In many ways it was superior, but when I look at the fact the game had some extremely confusing mechanics that were not as intuitive as they should have been, I mean honestly, this is their 6th game. They should have figured out the groove by now. That, and honestly, it's hard to duplicate the kind of originality and success the first game had. Other than the unintuitive treasure storage location and the tricky teleportation system, the game was surprisingly easy. Anyone out there should be able to figure it out with very little time, so shame on you watching a Let's Play before you play it yourself. Actually, strike that. I am most grateful that you did watch it, especially all the way through. And it is my sincere hope that this LP has brightened your day some. Maybe you might know somebody who could use a little bit of help in that little bit of positive energy, so please feel free to share this with them. And if you've not by now, please like and or subscribe. More viewers means more dedication on my part. And if you have questions, comments, considerations, or even a request, go ahead and leave it down below, and I'll get to it as soon as I can, and maybe we can even open up a dialogue. Would that not be something? Until then, take care, and I'm already looking forward to our next adventure together.